Finally, a box from Eaglemoss. Now, this is going to be embarrassing if I actually open it live in front of you guys for the intro, and it's not magazine 20. Still wondering why it says customs declaration when we're meant to be shipping these from the UK. Ooh, hold on, piece of paper in there. Honestly, I've not looked at the... Ooh. Okay. 78 parts. Yes. And this is finally magazine number 20. Hi guys, Retro Trek Ralph here, and the Star Trek The Next Generation build the USS Enterprise NCC 1701D. Got it right for once, didn't you? Yeah. Eaglemoss HeroCollector magazine number 20. Yeah, the thing that gets me with this is they're supposed to be shipping these from the UK, but I constantly get these shipped from Germany, so it takes a long time to come. It might be the newer kits are in the UK. Sorry, the original first, I don't know, 10 or 15 might be in the UK. Rest of them, no, they're still in Germany. So, right, enough whinging. Number 20, right, here we go. I mean, it does look good when it's lit up. Right, so we have inside here, we've got the full episode synopsis. We've crammed these in, because this is the end of Series 4, Redemption. Stage parts there, nice. Okay. Yeah, some building parts, we'll see more detail in a minute. 76, a bit more on there. 77, a couple of pages full, and 78, 4 pages full. So we go through the actual magazine. Got Cupid, I am not a merry man, the drumhead, Half a Life. It was a very good Loxana Troy episode. Really did show Majel Barrett with a lot of feeling in that episode. The host, first part where the Trill were involved, although Trill changed rather quickly after that. Mind's Eye, yes, and in theory, yeah, well, enough said about that. And Redemption, part 1, one of the pretty amazing Klingon episodes that they had. Done. So I'll show you the parts up close. 75. So it looks like we have a blackout panel, some screws, AM screws, and an edge. Looks like the winds are finally lined up. Thank you, Eaglemoss. 2 lots of lifeboats, some screws, and right there is one of those push-fit lifeboats. Metal piece with some screws, and looks like we have the shoulders to the secondary hull. Well, I'd call them the shoulders anyway, at least. Yeah, pretty nice. 76. Looks like we have the glass part for one of these sides of the shoulders, and some push bits that will hold the LEDs in, some screws, and a skeleton part with 2 LEDs. Okay. 77. Lots of blackout parts because I've got some screws, a couple of 4 windows, a phaser bank, 2 lots of lifeboats, a reflective panel, and another part which goes in place. Another metal part, some screws. So we're making yet another panel. We're going to be like this for quite a while now. So 78 has got 2 reflective panels, 2 sets of LEDs, is that? Lots of windows, dark and light for this panel here. Some more screws there and there, some LEDs inside here. And the other side of the shoulder part lighting system. So, as usual, I'm going to get all these out of the bags and get them in some pots, and we can start making this. Now, with everything ready, here's stage part kit 75. So we have the shoulders, a underneath saucer piece, the edge, and a blackout, some of the bits and bats. That's fine. So let's get to 75 assembly. So we're basically getting, as it just said, the battle section front panel. Well, I'd call it shoulders, to be honest, but never mind. Is not needed until 76, so get that out of the way for a bit. So all we need to do is basically that wants to go over there, that wants to go over there, but in the meantime we need to put some lifeboats in there. Yes, so there's the piece done. Quite easy. 2 screws, IM screws, the newer type we've got, the AM screws holding the plastic part in there. There's this piece. All red dots go it's the furthest away from the shortest edge, so I might just point towards the front of the ship. So that needs to go in place. 2 screws and this in place as well. So I'm going to dig out the saucer, get that on here and put that on. Saucer back into play, put this in. Very simple. Try and put this part right here underneath this edge part here, and then this little tab here into there, and it should go perfectly fine. I've said that before and things don't. So maybe a little bit of sliding across. Yeah, that's better. Try and put it in place, slide in. I've got a massive gap on panel fitting there, but what I do is take one of the screws I need, which is an FM screw, and again the metalwork hasn't really been dug away there. I need to try and pry it across if I can. A huge gap there. I know there's no lighting on this, but there. Massive gap over here. Make sure you put this, actually it was pure luck for me, make sure that this panel, which is underneath, well yeah, the top saucer section, does actually lip onto this. Other than that, I've got a massive gap. See what I mean? A huge gap there. I can't even get away with that being a window. Just kind of needs to pry across, if I can, without destroying anything. I am seeing a lot of people lately giving up on this kit, and I don't blame them on some levels. I am enjoying some parts of this build. It's just, it could have done with being a lot quicker and things done to my satisfaction. There you go, use it to pry across. That doesn't seem to want to work. Things have been a lot better. But again, I've said to a lot of people, when else are we going to get the opportunity to make a model like this? Never. Unless you're going to do like ILM did and cut out polystyrene sheets, wood, balsa, plastic, metal, I don't know what they used, everything and anything, to make something like this from scratch, and so be it. And I've got a huge gap on there. I might push in later. So once you're happy, it says according to the book, once you're happy with it where it is, which basically says this doesn't fit and this isn't going to fit, then push in the lifeboat. So how on earth are we meant to do that? I am damaging the side of this here anyway. I'm trying to press in on the side, hold in place and screw down. That's going to be as good as I think I can get. So this means lifeboat in place, push down, and that is stage 75 done. Time to stage 76. So we take this, we take both of those lights, and we take both of these plastic doofers, and we look at this like the last time, where it wasn't exactly 90-degree angle. This wants to be there, exactly there with the the plastic, but it wants screwing in place. So it does want to be 90. Well, it did want to be splayed out 90 degrees like this state there, or should I say there, but it also doesn't. So I'm not going to put those fully 90 degrees yet. I'll put that on, and I'm going to try and let the plastic itself do this. like that. And I don't have an AM screw to hand, so what we'll have to do is put an AM screw in my hand, and so that's the lid tiny bit on there. It just needs to grip where the cables are. I did this 90 degrees on this one. I'm sure it will be probably perfect. Why is my finger right in the way of where I want to use it? It is. They do want to be 90 degrees once it's on, so that doesn't look too bad. I will split the cable out a little bit more. See, it's come off, so I can probably get away with, I don't know, a bit better than that. I need that plastic holding it in place, and screw down best I can to hold it like that. And I need to do the other one in a second. Okay, that's not bad. So it looks like these might be perfectly fine for doing this, whereas the other ones were an absolute nightmare to do. So one to go, and this piece should be ready. Nitpick time. This first one I put in, it looks like one of these wires goes, the red one goes underneath here and out, like that one does. Whereas this black one goes over and this way, and you can't. You literally can't do that. Oh, Eaglemoss, Eaglemoss, Eaglemoss. Because this is connected inside the actual connector. You can take it out of the connector and cut it. Yes, you could do that. But it does actually state as well, secure both, thread the cables, yeah, and thread the cables through the skeleton as shown. So it doesn't. But this is fine. I'm going to put this through anyway. So I'll just bend that round. Actually, I'm going to leave that as is until it's on the skeleton and see what, where, and how. Because that looks perfectly fine to wire in somewhere. If something goes on top of that, it might be a small problem. So next part will be fitting that to the skeleton. So while I zoom you out, I'll get the skeleton ready. Again, it's kind of, for me, it looks a little bit like yeah, cocked up a little. Because this piece should go in and this piece should go on top of, not us threading underneath it. It's like laying, I don't know, laying tiles. You shouldn't really put the ones at the top on first, then tuck underneath the second one, then tuck underneath again. You put that one on, then you that one, and then you put that one. That's just an analogy, so to say. So this needs to go in with the cables across there like that, and then they go onto the motherboard, which is the third board, distribution board on there. And we also have, locate the first of the two formation. So there's the lights to the side then. Okay. From 58, way back in 58, because we're on 76 now. And took it under the edge of the skeleton as shown. Right, okay, so we are, this is the new part coming here. And took that cable in. We've already taped this in place, so it's going to be just, yeah, there for a minute. So we're going to have problems with this one, as we did with the front one, where the whole skeleton is going to be pushing down against it. So we need to make sure that's in a sweet spot and it's not going to get killed. Their wood does look okay, but I don't trust it. So we've got these parts already in. That's to wire it up, that's to that. So we'll come back with the skeleton. It's a heck of a lot of screws. FM's down here, AM in this corner, BM's, BM's. So I'm going to get that in place, because these are done with. And we'll get the skeleton, the saucer back out. Skeleton part in place. I've re-taped this one down. There is plenty of movement, it will come back out, so that's fine. When we get round to putting this part of the skeleton in, we will either have a problem or won't. So make sure your cables aren't trapped, all of them. That one there looks a little bit possible, but it's not. Be happy with that one on its side. If worst case with these is just unscrew a little bit and then it'll come back out. The new ones for that one, it's got trapped underneath this part here. So just be careful when you're putting these in place. You don't really want to damage anything. Still worried about why that won't go that way. That's fine. That should be absolutely fine where it is at the moment. It says scratching his head. So, do we try any lights? Oh, my battery pack's iffy again. Yeah, because those lights don't work. Because in section C, that's we're saying about with that light, these two here, which are, let's got this piece there, doing nothing. So this is one, And number 2 is there. Okay, so they push themselves all the way through. So we want that one and that one. So just try and get them in place. They are a little bit fiddly lately. I don't know why we're using the furthest on this side. Actually, because there's only one on here. So put those on the circuit board over here according to the instructions. Just trying to get my fingers around is the problem. Where I've taped, because that isn't where the battery pack is going to go. And I do want to keep as best I can to the original way around this is doing this. There and there on. So then I can upgrade in the future, shall we say. I know there's other people out there that have actually quit with this and given up, and some of them have even took it on themselves to dismantle it completely and start from scratch. Good luck to you, honestly, good luck to you. Maybe next year I'll be doing exactly the same. So, section D, get the shoulder part that I'm going to call it, put the plastics on, and there we go. Section D done and happy. So that's the first 2 bits of this part anyway. 77, 78 coming in very soon. In the meantime, please like, share and subscribe, follow me on social media, consider being a Patreon, consider donating something. If you've got one of these kits that's in bits and bats and pieces, well, if you want to throw it to me, then there might be the piece that I completely cock up, because there's no saying that any of the stuff that's already on the model now will actually be absolutely perfect by the time the whole thing's put in place. It could be, because there are a couple of pieces, that's why we used a sponge underneath the actual model itself. It's to stop any scratches or wearing, and there are a couple of bits on there which are starting to wear with the constant movement of the stuff. So, thanks for watching, I'll see you in the video. Bye for now.